Welcome to a podcast for nerds, the show where two dudes that met as kids discuss our journey with all things nerdy as well as life as we near our 30s. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Cody.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
You know, I've been wearing the same clothes for a week,
Yeah.
anticipating this.
Secret magic to the sauce. What am I talking about?
Actually, as we speak right now, I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida?
Yeah, right now I'm in Florida.
How is it?
I probably am hating it. I'm probably having an all right time. Probably doing all right.
He's trying to be nice. Dakota's not a big fan of Florida.
I don't like
He's trying not to get haters from
I'll
Florida.
probably be all right, I'm sure. What I'm hoping is if I downplay it, maybe it will actually end up being fun.
I think it's going to be a great time, dude. You're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
It's winter. It's not going to be too hot there. I mean, it's going to be hot, but it's not going to be hot as it would be in summer.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Yeah. It'll be
just-
good.
Hoping I can find things to keep myself entertained. Because
Bring your Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to bring a lot of entertainment.
Yeah, you'll be good. I feel like you're good at keeping entertained.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Bring your cats. Who's watching your cats?
My cousin.
Oh, okay.
My cousin's watching our cats, and my mom and dad are watching our dogs.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So we good.
Guys, a little secret to the magic is we've started filming 2 episodes a day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why our clothes aren't changing.
Yeah. So you'll see us in like the same outfit twice.
Yeah, for sure. But, okay, what's up, bro? Good to see you again. I just saw you 1 minute ago.
Yeah, you just peed. I missed you while you were peeing.
You did?
Yeah, I missed you while you were peeing.
When you go to the bathroom, do you just, like, start scrolling, looking at memes?
Yeah.
That's all I do. I just look at shorts now.
That's why I poops for so long. Usually.
My family will come and be like, Cody, we gotta go to the bathroom, bro. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I was literally just on Instagram. Like, I forgot where I was. I'm just distracted.
You just get on. It's like before that, and you read a book. You just sit there and read a whole book while you're taking a dump.
I've never done that.
And neither have I. But people do it. People did it.
I feel like older people did.
Yeah.
They just read books on the bathroom. I just finished a book recently called The Wife and the Widow.
Oh yeah, how was it?
It was really good, dude.
Yeah.
It was. I guessed who the killer was. Speaking of guessing who the killer was, have you watched Wednesday yet?
No.
Come on, bro. Come on.
I did finally just order I have a hole in my sock.
That sucks. Bro, you're just giving that out for free? People will pay good money for that.
You want to see the rest of the foot? You gotta
Yeah, you got to
check
pay
out
up.
my
That's just a sneak peek.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, Mr. Director.
Yeah. No. So what were we talking about?
I asked you something about Wednesday.
I ordered the 5. I ordered all of Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, in that DVD series that I've got.
Really?
Mhm.
So you're gonna go back and watch it now?
Yep.
That's awesome,
I'm
dude.
gonna go back and watch all of it. Here's the thing. It's gonna get here while I'm in Florida.
That's okay. It'll be.
I want to get the package.
Oh, you want to pick it up?
I want to pick up the package.
But nobody's gonna open it, right?
No, but it's it's like Christmas. You get
it's fun.
You get home or you go outside and you're like, oh, there's my package, and you grab it and Santa came.
Yeah, when I first came home from the Philippines, I was ordering so much stuff, and yeah, every day was like, every day it felt like Christmas. I was watching the Amazon delivery map, telling me how close it is. I'm like, ooh, it's almost 10 stops away.
Speaking of Dragon Ball,
Yeah, Yamcha.
when he was cool.
Dude, it's crazy how big of a character Yamcha used to be.
That's what I always tell people. I'm like, everyone makes fun of Yamcha, but I'm like, there was a time when he was actually a cool, important character.
He was a legit villain that was taken as a threat when he was first met. He was built up as a threat,
Yeah.
other than his love for women. You know what? Is Sanji influenced by Yamcha? Because he was weak. No, because Sanji's not the same.
No.
Sanji just loves women, but I don't know if you remember, but
He's a little bit more pervy.
He couldn't be around a woman, is what it was, at all. He would just die.
Yeah. Because he lived in the desert alone with a cat.
Puar is a woman.
Yeah, but
Puar can turn into anything. I don't want to know what he was doing with Puar.
oh yeah, Puar.
I never thought about that before, but we know what Oolong was doing with his powers, which is a little bit problematic, especially nowadays.
Oh yeah. Oolong isn't into. It'll be interesting to go back and see Dragon Ball
Yeah, I rewatched it recently, a couple years ago.
all the way.
No, I didn't get all the way, but I know where I stopped, and I would like to continue because I stopped at the worst place to stop because it's right where it gets really
Is
good.
it the same place I stopped?
I don't know, where did you stop?
It was like in the middle of the Red Ribbon Army.
Oh no, after that,
Okay.
I stopped at the second tournament where they meet
Oh.
Tien.
Okay.
That's literally where the show gets. That's where it really picks up.
Okay.
I love it before that, but it's really adventure-y before that. But after that is literally that tournament. They meet Tien, then it's Piccolo, Demon King Piccolo, and then
Piccolo
Child
Jr..
Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo Jr. It's like basically becomes Dragon Ball Z at that point. So
I'm down.
anyway, what are we talking about today, bro? You mentioned something about voice acting.
Well, we were kind of getting into voice acting in the last episode, so I thought maybe we could delve into that a little bit today. And maybe talk about some of our favorite performances and what we do and don't like. Bad voice acting.
There's
not
you
much
got
of a-
any?
No, got any? We'll start off the bat and get this out of the way. The English dub of Full Metal Alchemist is one of the peak.
I love that dub. I've never watched it in Japanese.
Neither have I. And again, controversies aside, like we said, the performances are incredible.
We're separating art from artists during
Right,
this conversation.
Yeah. Well, so anytime there's a controversial artist, be aware that we're aware of their misdeeds, but we're strictly talking about performances right now, and not praising the person, not praising people who have done bad things, just the performance that they gave.
And Vic killed it in FMA.
I mean, most of the things he did, he was good in.
Yeah, he was a great voice actor.
He really was.
I guess I shouldn't say he still is, I'm sure, if he were to act in something.
But
yeah.
I've heard he's an absolute terrible pain to work with, and on top of other things.
Yeah. But in that show, all the voice actors killed it. Now,
Oh
there's
my
not
gosh.
one that I don't like in FMA.
Everybody brought their A. Like, it was like every single person in that dub, they were like, this is something special.
Dude, Travis as Mustang.
Oh.
Mustang is so good. Envy as well.
Oh,
so
yeah, Frieza's
that
voice act-
performance.
Yes, and it's because Envy's supposed to be a gender ambiguous character.
Yeah.
And to have that voice actress, the Frieza's voice actress, her voice is so deep and raspy, but you can tell it's a female doing it. Such a genius cast.
It's that is for me that is the second best dub ever made.
What's the best to you?
You don't know? I think you've seen it. I'm actually not sure now.
What is it?
Bakano.
Bakano does have a very, very good dub.
I say it's the best dub because, and it's almost not fair, it's just because they are giving it the accents, the proper accents, and really giving
they
it
give them that New
feeling.
York time, that timey of the 30s accent, that Boston,
Yeah, that you really feel like you're in it. I cannot imagine watching Bakano in Japanese.
And I'm not to knock any great Japanese voice actors, but English speakers are typically the ones that can mimic accents
Oh,
better than most. Typically,
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not.
that's just from what I have seen. I could be wrong.
I think that's what we experience
And
as
that's not
English
me-
speakers.
That's not me just saying Japanese people and French people can't do accents. No, I'm sure they can't. I'm just
You know who can do accents incredibly well?
who's that?
The British people, man.
Dude, Swedish people too.
God, British people blow my mind. Like half the freaking cast of The Last of Us is British,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know it. And then I see them talking in interviews, and I'm like, the F?
Yeah, British people get a lot of work in America now.
It's crazy. They're so good.
My
I didn't realize Ellie was British, which I should have known because she, I think it's her normal accent that she uses in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's her
But
voice.
it's
if
like-
you ever watched the cartoon Hilda.
At this point, I was shocked that Pedro Pascal wasn't British. I heard him. I was like, oh, he's actually not British? I
No.
can't believe it.
He's American.
Man.
Speaking of Pedro Pascal, I want to see that movie with him and Nicolas Cage.
What movie? I don't know.
So there's a movie where Nicolas Cage plays himself,
Okay.
and he wants to retire from acting.
Wait, I think, is this already out?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
called,
I've heard of it.
Unbearable Weight. I can't remember. It's got a long title.
Somebody told me about it. It might have been Chris.
It's that meme that's going around where you see Nicolas Cage in the car and Pedro Pascal just.
Oh, okay.
smiling real big at him. I want to see it. And
I saw
they're
that.
saying,
Yeah.
"Make your own kind of music."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I gotta see it. Nicolas Cage, pretending to be Nicolas Cage.
Bro, I gotta say, Pedro Pascal is a great actor. I know
He
we're talking
really
about voice
is.
actors, but dude, I knew beforehand that he was Oberyn, but they are just so different
Mhm.
between Joel and Oberyn. Like, it could be two different actors.
And you haven't watched Mandalorian,
No, I haven't.
so
Yeah,
so I was ready for it. Now you don't see his face, but like 3 times in Mandalorian. But each time there was a meme that went around of like someone opening a box and the light shining on them, going like, and it said, showing Pedro Pascal's face, me who's seen Pedro Pascal's face a million times, but every time they show his face in Mandalorian, it's like, oh,
that's funny.
because he's not supposed to show his face.
Oh, I see. That's cool though. I mean, yeah, he's an incredible actor. That
I get excited when I see him in things now.
I just wasn't paying attention to him before until The Last of Us, and now I'm like, oh shoot, okay.
Yeah, he's a very good actor, and I was a little iffy on him as Joel because I was like, I don't know, man, does he really look like Joel? But then as soon as at the very first, it wasn't, just more anxiety because I'm iffy on any casting that I hear. There's very rarely I'm like, yes.
No, I completely agree. I felt the same way when I first saw the casting. I was like, nah, I don't know.
I was like, yeah, maybe. And then episode 1, I was like,
Yeah,
he nailed it.
he is Joel to me now, which is crazy. But yeah, when I think of Joel now, I think of Pedro Pascal, which is insane.
The only difference is in the game, Joel is actually kind of a big dude.
He kind of is, yeah.
Pedro Pascal's not really a big dude. He's a
Yeah.
little thinner, so it is a little hard. When they're like, Joel is this guy who'll kill you and won't even think twice about it. And it's like, that doesn't really look like it.
Yeah, but maybe they mean like with a gun. or
Yeah,
with a
I
knife.
know.
I mean, game Joel, I feel like could crush my head with his hand.
Game
but,
Joel would just
Yeah.
Omni-Man you.
What I've heard complaints about with The Last of Us is Ellie. A lot of people don't like I don't know her actress's name.
Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey.
She's great. I think she does great.
She's fantastic. It's just people complaining about her. I think it's just physical, that she just doesn't look like Ellie to them.
She literally looks nothing like. She sounds just like her though.
Yeah, I totally agree that she looks nothing like
She
Ellie.
looks-
But what were they supposed to do?
The one thing I'll say about her is she got a really good stink face.
Yeah, she definitely
She got
does.
a really good stink face.
Yeah, I think people need to chill out.
And-
Like, they're casting a character based off of a video game, and based off of a character in a video game who is based off of another person.
that was supposed to play that character and then opted out to go play a different video game character that looked like her.
Yeah,
So,
it's I don't know. It's not gonna be perfect. you
see,
know?
I guess maybe let's explain. So what happened was in the game of The Last of Us was, if you ever thought that Ellie looked a lot like Elliot Page when he was Ellen Page,
There's a reason for that.
it's because Ellen Page back then was supposed to play Ellie, and they modeled,
Is that true? That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. And that's why she looks so much like, because back before the transition, Elliot Page's voice had a very childlike quality.
Mm.
You know, like go and watch the X-Men movie where they're Kitty Pryde. And,
Oh.
you know, that's more or less Ellie,
Mm-hmm.
the character. So, they were supposed to do that, and I don't know what happened exactly, but they were called to do Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah. Still,
And-
from what I've heard, a great game, but it's not on the level of
Not Last of Us good, but they went and did that, and their likeness was taken there, but they already had the character model for Ellie in that, so, and they're like, what do we do? So they cast Ashley Thompson, is that her name?
I think so. Yeah,
Ashley
that sounds right.
Thompson, to be her, because she has a very similar voice to what Elliot Page had back then,
Mm-hmm.
and they already had the character model, so that was just what they used. So that's why, if you ever thought Ellie looks a lot like Ellen Page back when they were Ellen Page, that's why, because it literally was Ellen Page.
Yeah,
Elliot
so
Page.
it's based off of a completely different
Mhm.
person who, like, there is no option to
Mhm.
use this person at all. Like, you've got to pick somebody who fits, looks like a child, probably don't want them to be a child. Because from everything I've heard, maybe you know better about this than me, I don't know. But from what I've heard from listening to Office Ladies, the podcast about The Office from two of the people who were on The Office, they say that studios will always try to cast people who look like kids but aren't kids, because working with kids, because of like laws and
Age
restrictions.
restriction. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just
That's why you
way
get
too
like
much
so
work.
many people in Hollywood that are like look like they're 35, 40, and they're like, no, I'm 16 years old.
Yeah, but no, they're doing a good job with it now. Like Ellie's actress looks the part to me, but she's like 19.
She's
I think?
19 playing a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, they're casting like the biggest shame one to me. Did you ever see the comedy show Zorn?
No.
Did you know what do you know what it
No.
was? So it was
Sounds like a villain from Power Rangers.
Zorn. It was a cartoon, or it was a live action show, but the main character Zorn was an 80s He-Man cartoon character type.
Okay.
And that's just the world that they lived in. There just happened to be a part of the world that there was animated people in.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a son with a real live action woman, and the son in the show is supposed to be 16. Oh my god, this dude is like 42.
42.
He's not really, but you look at him and you're like, there's no way this is a 16-year-old.
When was that show?
2016, 17, somewhere.
Really?
There. Yeah.
I thought they don't do that as much anymore. That seemed like something when we were kids. We see that a lot.
Oh
but-
yeah. No, it's definitely like I even remember watching That's So Raven,
Yeah.
and there's an episode when I don't remember what happened, but she has to tell a whole huge crowd that she's 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And even me at 10 years old watching that, I was like, that's bullcrap. That is bullcrap. You are not 15 years old. You are like 20.
Yeah, but they gotta. Yeah, it's because of restrictions and laws and child labor things, and I get it. But yeah, they were talking about that on The Office, where they had one of the guy's daughters, one of the characters, like bring your daughter to work day,
Mm.
and she looks like 14, 15, and she was like 23
Yeah.
or something. It's incredible how they can pull that off. But yeah, because they've got to find someone who isn't a kid but can look like a kid and sound like a kid, they're so just limited, very limited,
Yeah.
and can act well, because she's literally the lead of the show,
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of the leads of
Well,
the show.
That's why you get like 12-year-olds always playing 8-year-olds
Yeah.
at the same. I mean, I'm totally 8 years old, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But I think she's doing fantastic. I think everyone in The Last of Us has been incredibly good. I'm super happy with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, with voice acting,
So something I do want to talk about that has incredible voice acting: God of War.
oh, you finished God of War, the first one,
The first
Finally.
new one, the first
The
2018.
PS4. Yeah.
God of War 2018. I beat that finally.
Took you long enough.
I didn't do everything in the game.
About
I had it
5
on
years later.
I didn't do everything. I didn't go find all the Valkyries. I just played for story.
I tried to find the Valkyries after I beat the game, and then I was like, never mind. And when I got completely wrecked on the first one, I was like,
Well,
never
what
mind.
level did you play on?
I don't remember it, dude. It's been a long time.
I played on easy. Just
I
'cause-
turned it down to easy. No, I remember starting on medium and turning it down to easy. I remember the exact part where I turned it to easy. I'm like, nope, can't do this. I just
Yeah.
want to enjoy the game.
So, the one thing I'll say about the God of War that I was disappointed about is all the big bosses you fight all feel like the exact same.
It's
They're
been
all-
too long for me, man. I
They're
can't
all
even
like the
remember.
exact same big troll that you fight.
Oh,
just
I
with
know the
different
troll.
color variations or maybe a slightly different power.
It's just so good, though.
The
It's
rest
so
of it,
well
the
done.
story, oh my gosh. The
Dude.
story, it's beautiful.
My favorite thing about that whole game, and the thing I still remember the most, is just getting on the boat, riding around,
Just listen to
searching for stuff.
Listening to Kratos tell stories.
Yeah, and yeah, listening to his stories and just searching for things and like not caring about the story. I cared about the story, I did for sure. But the part I remember is when I wasn't thinking about the story, I was just thinking about where are we going, what's going on over here. Like it was just so cool. That moment when you get on the boat and you go out and see how big it is, like the world really is, was like, oh, this is the game we're playing.
The part that still makes me feel weird, like and like, oh my god, I think I would actually crap my pants.
Mm.
Is anytime they talk to Jormungandr, the world serpent.
Yeah, so cool.
Anytime I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what. Every part of me would just, it'd be the only time I'd probably actually poop my pants.
It's sick.
Because that's like, his voice is like brown note level.
Yeah.
Deep.
It's so sick, dude. I want to play Ragnarok really bad, but
I do too.
I'm willing to wait. It's okay.
I don't
I'll
think
wait
I
for a
am. I'm
while.
gonna have to.
You're gonna get a PS5, or is it on PS4?
It's on PS4.
Does it run well on PS4?
Everyone's good on PS4.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, enjoy.
I'll play it either way. I'm not.
I
A frame
mean,
rate
I have
guy.
a PS4 right there. I could play it, but I'm gonna be playing The Last of Us Part 2 as soon as I finish watching the show.
Yeah, you're committing to like the list you have, right?
I want to get through The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
Because I'm finishing the show, this is a great time to. It's gonna finish in like 2 weeks or
Yeah,
next
we're gonna.
week.
That's me and my wife are gonna play The Last of Us Part 2 as well. I forgot.
Yeah.
'Cause season 2 is gonna take.
Wait,
after
where are you getting it?
Well,
Nate
I-
said I could borrow his.
Oh, I'll probably just buy a copy.
I don't know if I'm borrowing Nate's or not. He mentioned that he was gonna let me borrow it. He was gonna bring it to Across and let me borrow it, but he had forgot.
If I asked him, he would say I would, but I told Cody he could borrow it, so I'll probably just buy my own
I don't know if I'm
copy.
still borrowing it or not because I don't ever see Nate. Oh, I'm gonna see him next week. Nate. Oh no, this is gonna come out after that. Maybe I need to write him and ask him to drop it off. He was asking if he could borrow Hogwarts Legacy, and I'll borrow that, but I have Hogwarts Legacy on my PC,
Yeah,
so it's not possible, unfortunately.
yeah. I'm surprised he's not playing it on PC.
He mentioned something about why I had asked him about it, but I can't remember what he said about it.
Because I know it's kind of weird that he's wanting to play a game on his PlayStation. He bought that PlayStation. He's probably played maybe, and I'm just messing with you, Nate. When you watch, I think I've only seen him play maybe total of 50 hours of it. I'm sure he played way more than that. I've only seen him play a total. I think I played it more than him.
PC is great, man.
I'm sure it is, especially now that I know, because I always was told that. I mean, we talked about it. I hate keyboard gaming. I cannot stand it.
Oh yeah.
I hate it. You can throw all the it's better performance at me you want. You can tell me it's better. I don't want to play like this.
Well, you're
don't
not playing. You're not playing competitively.
I don't.
That's when the people really want it.
But what I didn't like is the people that acted like if you play with a controller, then you don't know how to play games. You're less of a gamer.
But who cares?
It's-
Who cares what they say? Just play how you want. You're in your own house.
Well, I
Nobody
do
even
now.
sees you.
I do now, but I mean, there was a time when I used to let that affect me. Obviously,
Oh. So did you think that you had to play with mouse and keyboard? Is that it?
I
Or
thought
you
it was. I thought you had to.
You thought you were gonna be shamed if you didn't.
I thought you had to play it, and that there were only a couple of games that allowed for. Because Nate even said at one point, I was like, "Can you do that with all games?" And he was like, "No, not all games. It's only a few."
No, it's the
Or I just
large majority.
I probably just misunderstood him,
Maybe.
but
I've not found a single game I couldn't play with controller yet.
okay.
But I do enjoy the one thing I'm gonna say, and I only started enjoying this really after getting a 144 hertz monitor. So meaning that I can have the frame rate be 144, so it's super smooth. Is when you do have a game, like a third person game where the camera moves around you, using the mouse. I still don't like to play this way. It's not my preferred way, but
It's a lot
sometimes
quicker to look around.
it's not just that it's quicker to look around. It feels really satisfying to just move the mouse around and So sometimes I'll go to I'll just be playing normal and get to this really beautiful area, and I'll just grab the mouse and start to look around. The control you have over the camera
yeah.
with the mouse, and especially on 144 hertz where it's so smooth, that is nice. But I don't actually play like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing I never liked with PC gaming is I never wanted to sit at my computer to play games. I was
Yeah.
a console gamer, so I always wanted to play it on the TV.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I do sit at the computer to do a lot of my gaming. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I got
Well,
used to it.
Computer screens are more or less TVs now.
Yeah, but also, this is my computer as well.
Yeah.
I literally just lay in bed and I can swivel this TV. I'll just put it on there if I don't want to be at the computer, and it's like I'm playing on a console, exactly the same. My only complaint with PC gaming, bro, and you will not like this if you start PC gaming unless it's going to be on the Steam Deck.
Which I will be getting.
I really want to get a Steam Deck as well. I need to see whenever they finally announce that Switch 2, I need to compare it. No, I'm just playing.
Well, a guy at my work brought his in the other day to show me.
Oh, you've messed with one.
Derek.
Really?
Yeah, he brought his in. I was like, is it worth it? And he goes, yes. I said, should I wait for the second model? He goes, yes.
But we don't know when that will happen, though.
Yeah, but he said the battery hour is only like 3 hours. He said that's the
But
only.
the Switch is like an hour and a half for the model we have.
My Switch lasts like a long. It's like 4
It
hours.
depends what game you play. Yeah,
The Switch,
if we're playing like Breath of the Wild, it's like an hour and a half.
I never have had a problem with the Switch.
You have the original model, same as me, right?
Yeah, I've never had a problem with the battery though.
Me neither. But that's what I'm saying. It isn't that long on the Switch
Yeah, but it's also like $650
for
the Steam Deck.
For sure.
So
I want to
like-
wait till the next one too. It's just I don't know when that's gonna be.
I'm sure it'll be more or less soon. It'll probably be like sometime next year.
I'm not buying one yet anyway. There's so many rumors about the Switch 2 and Nintendo's actually striking them down, which makes you think, oh, something's happening.
What do you mean? Oh, they're actually denying them?
No, they're like cease and desisting.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, it's about to happen.
Yeah, it's happening. I think it's either gonna be end of this year or early next year. We're gonna have
It's happening.
Yeah.
When Nintendo actually starts to take stuff down,
when the lawyers come in and start like
that's when you know that we've hit a nerve.
yeah, we don't know what it is still, but something is coming
Yeah.
for sure.
They can't go back to just traditional console
I
gaming.
hope they're not stupid enough to do
They cannot do that. There's no way. And honestly, every video game company now would be stupid to not try and have their games be portable like this.
I honestly don't know what PlayStation and Xbox are gonna do in the future. I know what Xbox will do. I think
They're gonna
Xbox
merge
is
with Steam Deck.
I'm not sure if they're gonna merge with Steam Deck.
I mean, you can get Game Pass on there.
You can, but I think what they're gonna do for the Xbox brand, I honestly think Xboxes are gonna disappear. I don't think there's gonna be an Xbox in your house anymore in let's say 10 years. I bet they'll be gone. I could be wrong, but it seems more and more like they are really trying to integrate into just being on PC. The Xbox app on PC runs fantastically. You can do all the Xbox stuff on the PC. Like I literally basically have an Xbox just because I have a PC. So why do you even need to buy an Xbox?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, but with PlayStation, I don't know what they're gonna do. They're slowly integrating over to PC as well. Like all their games go to PC now, like a year or two later. It's late, and they've already announced that they're working on some big PC app. Who knows what that will be? Who knows what that will do? If they had some sort of Game Pass thing on PC as well, I don't
It's
know.
kind of a sad time that we may not get a new Xbox, or even the PS6.
I bet we still get a PS6, but I wonder if we get a PS7.
I wouldn't be shocked if it stops at 6.
It's starting.
I always hoped we'd get to like 10, but
We're getting to a point that like with what Xbox and PlayStation does, what is the point anymore? They are literally just little PCs. What's cool about the PlayStation is the controller, those
Yeah.
haptics and things. They could keep selling that, just make it for PC.
can you hook it up to PC?
Yeah. It doesn't work as well as the Xbox controller does on PC because it's just native on there. Like sometimes you got to do some weird stuff with some games, which is why I got the Xbox controller and not the.
But I hate the Xbox controller.
Have you held that one? It feels very nice. Put your fingers on the analog sticks. Don't they? Your thumbs just fall into them.
I mean, it's because it's the exact same as the PS4s.
But doesn't it just feel nice? I just felt like that was the nicest feeling Xbox controller.
Original Xbox one.
I held an older Xbox controller recently, and yeah, you're just used to it, man. I love that controller as well, but after using this Xbox controller for a while, that's might be my favorite controller. Not the
This-
old ones.
This bad boy right here.
I went back
This
and
is
messed
my
with one of
favorite-
those
this
recently.
is my favorite controller. I mean, it just fits right there in your hand, each finger.
Grab up that Pro controller. How's that feel?
I mean, it's all right.
It's chonky.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's I could get.
I always
I
liked
could
it,
use
but
I mean, I can adapt to any.
do you like that better than the Xbox one?
I can. No, I think I like the Xbox one better.
Yeah.
But I think Nintendo's best controller they ever came out with was the Wii U Pro controller.
I've heard that's great.
I mean, I've only got to hold one. I mean, it feels fantastic.
It's similar to this, right? But I used to have
It's
one.
more sleek. It's
The analog sticks are not split like this, right?
they're up
Yeah.
like you play like a Wii U controller. But I mean,
I had
it
one.
fits in
I
your
remember
hand
really
perfectly.
liking it. Yeah.
And you know what? While we're at it, the Wii U gamepad is back a little more.
Move it this way. Yeah, there you go.
While we're at it, the Wii U gamepad, honestly, it fits in your hands great.
People make fun of it, like, oh, it's a Tiger Direct.
What?
People call it like a Tiger Direct
Why?
toy because it's so
Oh.
plasticky and there's a screen on
Dude,
it.
it fits so, like, you look at it and you're like, what is this? But you put it in your hand, once you hold it, you understand.
I honestly am feeling the nostalgia for the Wii U gamepad. I would love to play Wind Waker on it again.
Dude, I still have Wind Waker for my Wii U.
Dude, I am so tired of Nintendo recently. Did we already talk about the Direct last
I
time?
don't think we did. No, I didn't even watch it.
People loved it. It was apparently a great Direct, but I did not like it that much. I think we might have talked about
Didn't
it.
they talked about Genshin a lot, didn't they?
I don't remember.
They talked about Genshin a lot in something.
Did you see they did a Pokemon Direct just earlier this week?
No?
They did. You didn't hear about it because it was so lackluster. There's no new games announced, which makes sense. If there's a Switch 2 coming, they'll probably announce a new Pokemon with that.
But then, why have a Pokemon Direct if they're not good?
They always have it around this time. It's Pokemon Days around this time.
Oh, okay.
And
What do they announce if they didn't announce it?
I'll
yet?
tell you what they announced. They talked a lot about Pokemon Sleep, which they're still talking about.
What is that?
It's an app that tracks your sleep, which we have a million of, but it's Pokemon based, and they're pretty serious about it.
Okay.
Speaking of Pokemon, there's Marnie. It's like things come up right when. The other thing that they talked a lot about is, first of all, do you know they put out a patch for Sword and Shield?
Sword and Shield.
Sorry. Scarlet and Violet.
I did, and then I saw Paradox Suicune.
And did you see that it didn't fix any issues at all?
No.
They waited this long to put out a patch that doesn't fix any of the performance issues. And some people online were showing, in some cases, it made it worse. And then at this Direct, they announced $35, their most expensive ever DLC for Scarlet and Violet. I don't know, man. I still want to play Scarlet and Violet. I was waiting for this patch to keep playing it.
It's playable. It is
It
very.
is playable. It's
You're
just
just gonna have to get over it.
what I saw people online saying and being really frustrated about were that I think it was with Sword and Shield. I don't remember which games it was, but there was a game recently on the Switch, one of the other Pokemon games that came out, and there was like some exploits you could use for like shiny hunting, and like there's some things that you can do that just make it more fun for the people. They patched that crap out in like a month, less than a month.
But they can't patch this.
But the game's broken. No, okay, it's not broken. The game is heavily hampered by issues, and they didn't even fix it with the patch. They just like added more. They just changed some stuff, added some stuff.
Maybe it's like you're saying. It's because they're just putting all their effort into this Switch 2, and they're hoping that Scarlet and Violet's gonna run amazingly perfect on it.
I think it's that they don't care. This is the best-selling Pokemon game ever. Why patch it? Who cares? Why put in that effort? Make the DLC. There's such a huge install base.
Man, these out of touch business people, dude.
Is it out of touch though? I think it is, but at the same time, it's sold, bro. The numbers speak.
It is out of touch when people are saying, "Hey, your game needs fixed. We're still playing it, but it has issues, and you need to fix it." And they're like, "Hey, we heard the game is selling well, and people are enjoying it. So don't do anything to fix. It doesn't need to be fixed."
From a business standpoint, I get it.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see it, but that means they're a lot of business people are out of touch.
What I think it means is I hope, and I don't think it will happen, but I hope Pokemon fans who were not happy about the state of this game will first not buy the DLC until there's a patch.
Yeah.
Speak with your wallet.
That
And
won't
two, don't buy the next Pokemon game if it has issues like this. If there's issues again, do not support it. Wait.
The
But I
problem
don't think it's going to happen.
The problem I have with outright like cold turkey stopping getting anything like that is, to me, that look what happened with YouTube Red or not Red, Rewind. They did one really bad video, and then we all hated it, and then they just stopped doing it.
It's different, dude. They're not going to stop. Pokemon's the biggest franchise on Earth.
But then to me, that means the companies have a tendency to overcorrect with things. Like, and I'm afraid that they'll overcorrect to the point where it's not even Pokemon anymore. It's like a completely different game. Like,
Let's try it.
I'm a traditionalist with like I want there still to be that gameplay. I want the Pokemon to have that turn-based gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have. I think the battles in the Scarlet and Violet are great.
Fun.
They're
It's great.
great.
It's a fun game.
The
I'm not
game is
denying
fun.
It's fun.
It just runs very poorly in areas, and even then, it's not even 100% of the time. It's a good chunk, but it's not. That game is playable. Like I have had the only reason I haven't gone back to play it right now is because my Joy-Con has drift issues,
I have 2 Joy-Cons with drift right now,
and I can't go back, and I can't afford another Joy-Con right now.
Yeah,
I've been avoiding playing Switch at all because of this.
I only play Switch with my Pro Controller right now.
And I don't have a Pro Controller. Nate had a Pro Controller that I could probably borrow from him, but here's the thing. Last time I borrowed his Pro Controller, it didn't work.
Really?
Yeah, it was doing that thing to where, like, you turn it on and then just everything starts going
What?
and scrolling.
It has drift?
Yeah. At least
It seemed like it, at least?
it seemed like it. I couldn't use it.
I just hope whatever happens with the Switch 2, there better be no effing drift. And I hope it is like a Switch 2, whatever they call it, because this was something I saw people online
Second
talking
Switch.
about. Yeah, they have named everything off the Switch. A Switch Online service where they have all the old games, like their replacement of the virtual console.
It's not the Nintendo eShop, it's the Switch eShop.
It's the Switch Online service is what it's called. So what happens if it's not a Switch? What we go to next? And I'm a little worried because Nintendo has this track record.
Mm-hmm.
The Wii did really well. So they made the Wii U, which I liked it, but
I love the Wii
not.
U.
There were problems,
Oh, yeah.
and it was not perfect. And they really wanted to ride on the coattails of the Wii U. I wonder what that means for the Switch.
We can only hope that means. And we can only hope that means that they're actually going to do something good with it, like, and listen to the issues. Longer battery life, better, like, way to handle the graphics. If the Steam Deck can handle God of War and Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there's no excuse that Nintendo can't make something that can handle something not of that quality, but something better than what they're doing now.
There's one excuse.
What's that?
Price. I think Nintendo wants to keep their price at a certain level.
I didn't think about the pricing issue.
But
As far as a technical standpoint, though, there's no excuse.
yeah, it should definitely be way better than what the Switch is.
They can't come out and make a $400 console. Nintendo doesn't have that kind of schlong to pull out a $400 console. I'm sorry.
Maybe they could with inflation and how things have been. Maybe people would accept it, but they couldn't go 450. I
No,
couldn't imagine
500.
450, 450,
Oh,
500.
no. If they tried to go to 450, 500, again, Nintendo schlong ain't that big. Like, Nintendo...
We think that, but Nintendo does have a lot of power in the video game world. Like, they have a lot of notoriety, and I don't know. I really don't know. We have to see. I hope we don't have to see.
Yeah, I hope it turns out... I'm hoping they've learned from their, like, Wii U.
Well, I think the problem with
mistakes.
the Wii U was they really wanted to ride on that name brand of the Wii,
Yeah.
and
It shouldn't have been called the Wii U.
The Wii sucked. Here's the thing. The Wii sold really well. The Wii was really cool at first. And so it sold really well because it was so unique and different. But years
nobody
later...
knew how to make games for it.
Yeah, nobody made games for it other than Nintendo. And years later, nobody cared about the Wii anymore. Like, it sold like crazy because it was so unique at first. By the time the Wii U came out, people are PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. That's what they're playing. They're not playing the Wii anymore. Yeah, but they just looked at those sales numbers, those original sales numbers.
It's the only time Nintendo has done a sequel console.
Yeah.
Like the NES, the Super Nintendo, all of them are an upgrade, and somehow graphically.
The Super Nintendo is definitely a sequel console.
I guess you're right because
Yeah.
it's literally the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So never mind.
And
It's
Super Famicom.
the second time they've ever done because Nintendo 64, completely different Nintendo
But
GameCube.
why not the Super Wii then? Wii U is such a dumb name. Whoever came up with that name, I hope they're gone.
Then you told me one time it was because the marketing was supposed to be Wii U.
That's what, when I watched the announcement of that at E3, this was before I was big on E3. I think that's the first E3 I ever watched. And yeah, that's 100% what the marketing was. It was us, now it's you. You have the gamepad. It's there
Because
with
they were
you.
trying to focus on gaming, not just casual, carnival games and chicken punt or something.
Yeah, I think they did know there was a problem there with the Wii, but this didn't fix it.
No.
Yeah, and it should not have been.
That's
Wii
what
U.
I'm talking about. These out of touch businessmen, and business people. They don't like. They just see numbers and marketing. They don't ever sit down and take the fan feedback or listen to what people say to try and take feedback. They just they use focus groups to fix everything, and focus groups are notoriously one of the worst ways you can have.
Is it?
Yeah, because focus groups you can have. They just get random people to come in and they'll show them an episode of Star Trek, and then they'll say, "What did you guys think about Star Trek?" And then, "Oh, well, I liked it. I like this." And then they'll take feedback. Well, what did we need to change? And then, based on this focus group's feedback, they put those changes into the show, and sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worst. Like, there's been tons of times, like the I Am Legend ending. Have you seen the alternate ending of I Am Legend? That got changed, I'm pretty sure, because of focus groups.
So the alternate was the original?
The alternate ending was the original ending, but focus groups didn't like the original ending. Because
So in the alternate, he lives, right?
in the alternate, he lives, but that's the better ending.
Yeah.
That's the better ending.
I remember seeing both. I just couldn't remember which one was the original ending.
The audiences liked it more seeing him find the cure and have him go out a hero.
I kind of like it. I like both. I like both.
It's a good ending, but I think if you watch the movie with the original ending and actually see it build up to the original ending, it makes a lot more sense.
I'm just mad about the dog.
Oh yeah, that's never getting over that.
Yeah, I can't move on from that. That's all I can think about when I think about I Am Legend.
But a lot of things you don't like in movies is usually studio intervention. Like a lot of things that you're like, well, that's dumb. It's because some high up in the studio was like, well, I want them to make Shuri say, "What are those?" I always go back to that one because it's the most cringy thing.
That happened in what?
In the Black Panther 1.
They said, "What are those?"
Yes.
I can't remember.
It was like a year and a half after "What are those?"
Oh.
So someone who, when they were writing the movie, wrote
it was
in
popular then
when they wrote it, but then
yeah.
they kept it in the script, not thinking that meme has been dead for almost 2 years.
I think that's the thing movie studios I think they're getting better about, is that realizing that memes and this sort of stuff and that part of culture and trends change so fast that including them in the movie is a bad idea.
Yeah, like when Thor's playing freaking Fortnite
But Fortnite did last for a long time. That wasn't just a trend. That lasted for a long time.
But now the trend has gone down. People still play it.
Now it's Genshin.
Yeah.
He'll be playing Genshin
we're
next
going to
time.
be seeing Shang-Chi play Genshin now with, what was her name?
Yeah, boy. What?
Katie. Awkwafina's character.
I
liked her.
Yeah.
I liked
She's
her
cool.
character.
I like Awkwafina. Do you like her? I think it depends.
She's hit or miss.
She's got to be in the right thing for me.
Yeah, I liked her in Shang-Chi. I did not think I would like her in Shang-Chi.
I didn't like her in Raya the Last Dragon.
Yeah, I've heard clips of her and Ryan. I'm like, there's no way I'd be able to handle this.
I feel like I get what they were going for and I get why they put her in there, but I just felt like someone else should have done it.
You know what she worked in? It was, literally she did work in it. Waifu.
Dakota's getting distracted again with pictures.
Well, I saw Daisy, man.
Yeah, Daisy's the wife.
That's video game crush right there.
Yeah, dude.
Over Peach, come on. So anyway.
It's Rosalina all the way, bro. Are you kidding? Rosalina or Yoshi?
No,
one of the two.
I'm in for the cute chick. She's cuter.
They're all cute. What do you mean?
She's way cuter. She's the cutest.
Okay. All right.
What was I talking about?
Aquafina?
Oh, so we talked about The Boys, that show. So they have a spin-off show that's just a bunch of animated shorts, different animation styles. Like one of them is Justin Roiland, the guy who did Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
He did an episode in his art style, but all set in the universe of The Boys. Well, there's one that's a complete anime. You know, I feel like we might have talked. No, I talked about this at my work.
Okay.
There's one that's a complete anime, mouth flap and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Aquafina plays the main character.
Cool.
And she has a power that she discovers. She discovers that she has domain and power and can give life to all things poop.
What?
Yeah. She can, and when she first gets her power, this turd comes to life, and it's a little baby-sized turd with limbs and a face, and it's like her best friend.
South Park?
No.
Oh. Different.
Way different.
Okay.
Way different.
Okay.
It's really gross.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really. She like goes down in the sewer, and there's this character named the Deep. He's like the Aquaman character,
Mhm.
but he sucks because the joke is Aquaman sucks.
Oh,
But he
got it.
actually is
Hilarious.
terrible. He's like a very bad, stupid, terrible character.
Mhm.
And there's a part where she's fighting him in the sewers, and she throws like her poop at him, and in slow motion they just show this poop go right
Oh.
into his eye, and then he's like, ah, and then he opens his eye and it's immediately pink and puffy, and he goes, F this, I'm out of
hate it.
here.
I hate that kind of stuff, dude.
Dude, it was it's funny when you watch it.
It reminds me of the SpongeBob seasons where like they got real gross. The
That-
Splinter, I hate that episode so much.
I agree. This was, though, when you watch it in the context and the animation style they do it in, it's not that. Because they don't make it look like it's just like brown, like mud, essentially.
Mm.
That's what they make it look like.
Mm.
Like at first, I didn't realize it was poop that she was controlling. I thought it was
I mean,
mud.
the poop isn't what bothers me. It's like the swollen eye.
Well, it wasn't that. It just was
Oh,
pink and a little
really?
swollen.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
like.
I'm legit imagining that like disgusting detail they added in SpongeBob.
Well, do you remember the Nasty Patty though? That was a good episode.
That's familiar, but I don't remember having that hard like.
But no, the Splinter
recoils.
episode or the one where Squidward drops the couch on his toenail and it rips his
Oh,
toenail off, and it's like he doesn't even have toenails.
Why did they go this route? With
And they make
SpongeBob?
it like the most disgusting ouch thing you could ever see.
I
And
want to know whose decision that has to have been the same person's decision on those episodes.
oh yeah, it was whoever the showrunner was. I'm sure it was.
I know it changed right
because
before that season.
because I'm sure people were complaining. This is gross. Quit being like Nickelodeon was always known for having gross out humor. Like, you know,
Not on SpongeBob though.
SpongeBob, it had, like, again, the Nasty Patty episode, or, you know, it had its gross moments, but it wasn't, like, too far. It was always within that funny realm where, like, ooh, it's gross, but it's still funny.
Mm.
Whereas SpongeBob, the Splinter episode, the one where he gets covered in all kinds of mold, and green mold, and Gary has to eat it off of him, that was really gross. The toenail, you know, I mean, just... You could those are the ones I can think of, but I'm sure there are tons more where it was just like, come on, enough with this gross out humor.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
You know what Nickelodeon show I never got that into?
What was that?
Rugrats.
Yeah, you liked All Grown Up because you're a
you
fool.
know this. You
You're
know
a
this, right?
fool. This dude,
I loved All Grown Up back in the day.
it's not even a good show, dude.
I was a kid. Kids are stupid.
I knew it wasn't a good show back then. I was bored every time. I wanted to like All Grown Up because I was like, oh yeah, I'm the same age as them. But then I was like, it'll speak to me. Meanwhile, they have the 11 and 12-year-olds acting like they're 22.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about this on. the
You're
podcast,
straight up
but
dissing me, man.
That was cool.
Nobody talked like that.
I did.
You're straight up dissing me. If this is what being 11 is all about, I don't want any part of it. That's a line.
Yeah.
That's a line from the show. It stuck with me all these years because it's so dumb.
Actually, I did watch Rugrats, but I didn't get as into it as I did with All Grown Up. But you know what show I really seriously didn't get into ever?
This is the one that I know.
What?
What? Is it Hey Arnold?
No. Oh, I completely forgot about Hey Arnold. Yeah, I didn't get into that either.
Okay.
Rocket Power.
That's shocking that you didn't like Rocket Power.
I know.
I loved
Everybody
Rocket
liked
Power.
it, and I just didn't. I played the game. I think it was on N64 or PS2, one of those.
Yeah.
There was a game, and we liked that game. But I think Chris and I both just didn't really get into it. We watched it a little bit.
Did you watch Wild Thornberries?
No, a little bit, but every time I did, I was like, this is stupid.
Dude, I just bought the Wild Thornberries collection.
Is it good?
Dude, that show's quality.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I
That
don't
show's
know.
quality.
I was so judgy as a kid, dude. Like, there was something about that show I didn't like. And then, yeah, Hey Arnold, his stupid head, I hated as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Now I wouldn't care.
Dude,
But-
that show, again, quality. I have the complete Hey Arnold collection. I'm going to start collecting all the Nicktoon shows that I liked, like the Rugrats. I found a collection of that. Cat Dog. You had to have liked Cat Dog.
Of course I love Cat Dog. Who didn't love Cat Dog?
Yeah.
Fools didn't love Cat
Dude, Cat Dog was great.
I think the last Nickelodeon show I was into, maybe not a good show. Remember, I was a dumb kid, so I don't know. Maybe it wasn't Nickelodeon. This might have been a Cartoon Network. I'm actually not sure. Camp Lazlo?
That was Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Camp Lazlo was really good.
I liked that show. Yeah.
Cartoon Network, I think, had the more. They each had have icon. See, here's the thing. Cartoon Network, because they're inherently a cartoon network,
Right.
had a lot more cartoons.
Right.
You know, whereas Nickelodeon was an all-around kids entertainment network. So
Right.
they did have cartoons, but it wasn't their focus. I mean, you could list
Romeo
off,
Show.
yeah, Cousin Skeeter, all that.
All right.
You know, stuff like that.
Drake and Josh.
Yeah, Disney could not compare with either of these on their cartoon or TV show front.
Right.
Their
But
TV
their
movies.
music.
No,
They made a lot of careers.
yeah, sure.
They did. I mean, you can't deny that, whether you like them or not. There a lot of musicians came from Disney, dude.
Did they? Because a lot of them are like.
They were mega stars at that time, bro. Legit.
I don't know. I have a lot of opinion. Like, to me, it's like I just didn't like the way Disney pushed the way. Even then, I didn't like the way Disney did their actors. Like, oh, she's an actress. Oh, and she can sing. Oh, we're gonna have her go on tour. Oh, and she's gonna be in this movie. Oh, and we're gonna make this Australian use her American accent.
But you can't deny they were good at it. Like, I'm not
Oh.
saying it's a good thing. Like, I'm not saying it's not annoying, but
Oh, okay.
they were good at it.
Oh, yeah,
Compared
yeah.
to like Nick, when they tried to, dude, they tried to make what's her name?
Romeo.
Yeah, well, he was already famous actually before that.
Well, barely.
Yeah, but he was though.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like Miranda Cosgrove.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't work out. Victoria Justice
That really didn't
work out. No,
They-
the biggest like star in music right now,
Ariana Grande.
but she didn't come from Nick. I watched a video about this recently.
Where'd she come from?
She just went and did it on her own. They won it. They were so focused on Victoria Justice, and in this video at least, they said that
They did. They tried to push her music hard.
yeah, they did, and Big Time Rush at the time.
Yeah, you're right. Big
And
Time
they-
Rush was funny though.
Yeah, but they like I guess no, sorry, what's her name?
Ariana Grande.
And Ariana Grande. Apparently, from what this video I watched at least said, she like it was clear she wanted to do music, she wanted to do other stuff, but Nick just like completely ignored it, just completely
Which is
nah.
shocking because she was like the most popular character.
I know she was.
Like she was the dude. Every dude in high school when that show, everyone liked Ariana Grande.
Yeah, everyone
because-
liked her.
Because her character was the dumb ditz, and every guy, you know.
I mean, she was attractive.
Well, sure.
so I remember.
I think Ariana Grande is kind of a poopy person now, but
I don't really know anything about her as a person. I don't know anything about it.
or at
but
least she used to be. Maybe she's cleaned up her act.
I have no
I
clue.
just remember the
but
time when her and her boyfriend were licking donuts.
were they? I don't.
Yeah, there was a donut shop where they had donuts on display, and there's security footage where they're waiting for donuts, and they're both like licking the
Really?
donuts, being all gross.
Ew, that's
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick just let her slide by. But look at yeah, Victoria Justice, Miranda Cosgrove, Big Time Rush. I feel like was the biggest. Like they
Yeah.
got the biggest.
That was them trying to compete with Jonas Brothers.
But that's what I'm saying. None of them got to the level of Jonas Brothers or
Disney, they didn't have the mouse behind them.
yeah, like it just.
When you got the mouse behind you, you're probably going to go a little. When you got the mouse,
I mean, I don't know if that's really what it was. I don't know what it was. I think they just
that is what it is. That's 100% what it is.
pouring money in.
Yeah. Disney
And-
has like nigh unlimited funds, and they can just push stuff.
But even
and
if you put a
push.
bunch of money in, it's still got to be somewhat good.
Nickelodeon has a lot of money. They don't have mouse money.
But people really love like Jonas Brothers. But I
Well-
guess there are people who really love Big Time Rush too. I've met a few
Oh yeah,
people who
I've
really.
seen tons. But the problem is Jonas Brothers was a band first that they turned into actors, whereas Big Time Rush was not a band first.
You just reminded me of something that Nick tried to do with a band,
Nick.
Nickelodeon. That
Oh.
they tried to do. The Naked Brothers.
Oh my
band.
gosh,
You remembered right before I said it.
the only good thing that came out of the Naked Brothers band was that Crazy Car song. That song
I
was
don't even remember.
Crazy car to lead me nowhere, lead me nowhere.
That is kind of familiar.
Crazy car. That song was kind of a bop.
I barely remember
I'll
that.
have to look that up after this. Look up Crazy Car by Naked Brothers Band. The show and then the rest of their songs are kind of trash, but Crazy Car was kind of a bop.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Nick clearly tried to compete on this front with Disney, and I just don't think it worked.
Those
at
kids
all.
are getting like acting gigs now, that which makes me happy. I'm like,
Are
thank
they?
God. Yeah,
The Naked Brothers band?
yeah.
kids?
You saw the Death Note movie?
I didn't see it.
Well, you know of it. Well, the main singer, Crazy Car, he's the one.
Really?
Yeah, he's playing Light.
Really?
You saw Hereditary? Surely.
I didn't.
You didn't see Hereditary? That dude.
I wanted to see it so bad. I was planning back the year it came out. I was planning to watch it around Halloween time, but I don't know what happened. I watched other stuff and I didn't watch it.
Dude, well, the main kid in that, he's the other of the Naked Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, the one that had the mole right here.
Man, that's cool.
They both had a mole. One had a big mole on his cheek over here, and the other had a big mole on his lip.
What's going on with Victoria Justice nowadays?
I'm sure she's doing stuff. You know who's
She's
not
not.
doing anything? Is Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah,
But that's on purpose.
Yeah.
I learned some stuff about her recently. Like,
Me too. She
her-
talked a lot of.
yeah, her mom really messed her up.
Yeah, I saw the stuff about that.
Yeah, so and she retired from acting and
Mhm.
everything. And you know, I was sad about that because I thought she was funny. I was like, she could probably do really well if outside of Nickelodeon.
She was great.
But I'm kind of glad she got away from it. Like,
Yeah.
because it seems like it was, especially when she was on iCarly. Like, her and Miranda Cosgrove weren't actually friends at all.
At all? I can see that.
Like, a lot of them aren't. A lot of those people in those kid shows back then weren't, because they try to play them against each other.
It's Drake and Josh.
Yeah, Drake and Josh, like, well, they were and they weren't buddies.
They were not nearly as close as what people
No.
wanted them to be or thought that they were.
Like, they're like on speaking terms, and that's about it. Really.
Yeah, they beefed hard after everything too. I watched another video about that recently where they
Like, Drake didn't get invited to his wedding.
Yeah, I watched a video about that. Basically, like, I don't know. I don't know what it was. It kind of makes sense.
Well,
Like,
it's also that Dan Schneider, the guy who did all those shows. I think it's more or less coming out that he's kind of a piece of crap.
I don't know why I mean, obvious. I feel like that seems obvious.
I mean, especially when you see the way that he, like, filmed some of these girls in these shows.
Really?
I mean, just, you can tell they're hardcore, not sexualizing it, but there's like a lot of like implications.
I guess I don't. I need to see what you were talking about to really.
I don't have
make
an
a
example, but
judgment.
there's definitely times where there's implications that shouldn't be made.
Is that on him though? I mean, I know he's
the showrunner. Yeah, he's usually, and he's the one allowing it to happen in his show that he created. So, I mean, I don't know the full story about it. I've seen a little bit. Dan Schneider's not exactly a good guy. That's why you don't see a whole lot of his stuff anymore.
Yeah, I learned a lot about him recently. I've been watching some channels about just from nostalgia, like about some of those old shows and stuff. But
I've been trying to learn a lot about the Nicktoons that I've been listening to, like people Klasky Chupo, who they made Wild Thornberries As Told by Ginger. You probably liked As Told by Ginger.
I know.
That's surprising. You liked All Grown Up, but you didn't like As Told by Ginger.
I hated that show.
That was a show I also think I hated, but I would watch it because there would be nothing else on, and I'd be like, "There's got to be something here."
You know what show I liked? The robot show, the blue girl robot.
Oh, My Life as a Teenage Robot. That show was great.
I loved that show.
I tried to find a collection of that, so I was like, I'd love to rewatch that, dude.
I also love Totally Spies. That was Cartoon Network though, right?
Yeah, Totally Spies. I liked that too, but only because it would come on right before Ben 10.
Yeah. Ben 10 was where it was at.
Dude.
The original Ben 10.
Yes.
Oh man. Bro, I'm really hungry.
Are you?
Yeah.
We've been going for a while. Maybe we can.
Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? I totally forgot. I didn't even make a recommendation last time. But that's okay.
shoot.
You can make yours.
Okay, I'll make a recommendation, and then we'll cut it off for now. We're kind of cutting it off early.
Not really. We're
Not
at about
early,
an
but
hour.
we're cutting off in the middle of. We could keep going.
I could easily keep going, but I'm getting really hungry.
You getting hungry? I got other stuff I got to do today. So it'll probably be 2 weeks before you and I meet up again. But you guys will have consistent episodes.
Yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want to recommend?
Let's see. What have I? Let's recommend the Wild Thornberries.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dude, for Tim Curry alone as Nigel Thornberry.
It's Tim Curry?
Tim
I didn't
Curry's
know that.
Nigel Thornberry, dude. What was the first thing? The first episode, he says, Marianne. He's looking for something. I can't remember what it was. He was holding something. have you seen my binoculars or something?
Mm.
And she goes, look in your hand, dear. And he goes, what a woman.
I feel like I remember that.
Dude,
I used to watch it. I just didn't like it that much. I watched it.
Something I did want to bring up, something about Rocket Power.
Uh-huh.
Part of the reason I think you probably wouldn't have been into it is because the main character, Otto,
I remember.
he just is awful.
I'm going to tell you why I think I wasn't into it.
Why is that?
I hated sports as a kid.
But you loved skateboarding.
I know. But I just felt like they did a lot of sports.
They
When I was
did
a
do a
kid,
lot of,
I
like,
thought they did too
hockey.
many. Yeah, a lot of hockey. I was in that phase where I'm like, I don't like sports, and it feels like everyone does. So I want to like rebel against it. I don't want to not report. I don't want to what's the word? Support
Oh, yeah.
the show about sports. That's how I felt as a dumb kid.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but looking back, it's like I should have loved that show.
Yeah, I watched an episode not too crazy long ago, a couple years ago, because it's hard to find. But and it was I was like, I don't remember Otto being. I remember him being annoying, but I do not remember him being just this little jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a little piece of crap. And I was like, oh man, this guy sucks.
I barely remember it. I'd have to check it out.
So-
But
Yeah, I recommend Wild Thornberries if you ever get the chance. I'm sure it's on Paramount Plus because I think they have all the Nicktoons.
really?
Yeah, but I want to own them because I refuse to pay for Paramount Plus. I have too many streaming services as it is,
Okay.
and that would be the only reason I'd get it was for those Nicktoons.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
and hope everybody has a good week and stay nerdy. Good episode.